Morning. Noisy sandpipers, I can't catch them. Oh, no, sorry, you're going to get spun around too much. We're on the far side of the loch. Neil would have been camped there on the peninsula there. I don't know if you can make out the grey tree stump that's dead, that stands up, the remains of a tree. We believe he came down, went along the path, then come down the Stalker's Track, then crossed that river crossing that's very narrow, very dry at the moment. Sorry, I'm looking at the dogs. There's hardly a trickle, but the weather before, the night before, was really heavy rain and all that, so that would have started picking up. But if he's carried across that stream and carried just wandering a little bit further towards these mountains, I'm sorry about the dog noise, then when he got back he would have found that probably that stream's even higher and he probably would have problems getting across. Then he would have been cut off. But what we're doing here is we're just scouting the outside of the loch, just in case. I mean, I don't want to be morbid or anything, but if anything was washed up, like a body or remains or anything, they might be on this loch, because on this side, all this would be underwater. Where I'm standing now would be underwater. But because we've had such a dry spell, it's receded. So what's happening now is we can get access to these far ends of the loch. So we can actually scout and look more. Mike's going up there while I'm filming. We're going to go across the top there to some stepping stones, get across and check a pool that a lot of things end up, like dead stags and things like that. I'm just waking up. I've been only up about 40 minutes. So I'm kind of dreamlike. Look at them two crazy dogs. But they're having fun, and so is Stella. But this loch does drop down quite quick, which I was surprised. I was looking yesterday. It does go down really quick. I don't know how deep it is, you know, further out, but deep enough. They'd be tired before they even started. You can see how far the water's dropped. All that would be underwater. All that would be underwater, right up to the tufty grass areas. But peninsula's there, and that tree, dead tree, is to the left of it. But that's where Neil's camped. This area is really accessible now due to all the water kind of level being so low. So we're scouting the loch around the edges, just to make sure we haven't missed anything washed up. So we can say then 100% we've done all these back ponds and shorelines. Just got to be careful where I'm walking, while I'm chatting to you. Mike's behind me, he's gone to the left. I'm scouting to the right, just in case anything, you know. You're hoping or wishing that if he was in the loch he'd been washed up. But there is an area where we're going in a minute. There's a pool where everything ends up, like dead stags, wildlife of any sort. Then it all seems, I was talking to one of the estate guys, and he knew the area very well, and he says anything dead always ends up in that pool. So we'll see. It's the way the water's flowing. And at the moment there's this water all on these ponds is dead, absolutely completely dead, so anything in these ponds would be stuck here. But there's not even dead deer or anything. which you'd expect to find sometimes. I mean, there is the skeleton just away to the right of where Neil was pitched. Sorry, you probably pointed to the sky there. There is there is the remains of a deer skeleton. Looked like a hind. I couldn't find no antlers on it. See what I mean? Looking for anything. Bones, rags. Mike went out last night because I've been driving all night, the previous night. Mike had a rest during the day because he was feeling the heat, I think, and he was just a bit tired himself. So he slept in the afternoon. I was just potting around, setting up camp and doing all kinds of things. Then late evening, about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, he went out for a gander around. And he came back with a yellow plastic inflatable duck. Something the kids would have to use to float in water with. So it just shows what you can find. God knows how long it's been there. It looks pretty fresh. We've also seen footprints around here. And we know Andrew Park was here about a week ago. And if you look, Andrew Park is the guy that's on YouTube. I call him the tent guy. He's always got tents. And you can see footprints around in the sand. And it looks like someone's been skirting around the outskirts of the loch, looking. So I'm guessing, seeing we've only turned out a few days after Andrew was here, that it's probably his footsteps. Might be wrong, but probably a good guess. I'm letting the dogs free and not tight to me because if they look, Rebel's always hunting, and if there's anything to fight, you'll find it. Sorry, I got hiccups. I'm waking up now. Had a great sleep. My winter bag I just left open. I didn't zip it up, obviously, but it was so cushy and comfortable. All snuggled in it. It's like I've been in a little cocoon. And the temperature did drop, Mike said, last night. Nowhere near freezing, but about 4 or 5, something like that. There's a breeze picking up now. Haven't seen midges for a while, but I've been using DEET, and that stuff does work. I'm letting you see what it's like as we're walking along the shoreline while I'm chatting to you. It's not too dangerous for me to walk. And you're just looking for anywhere something might have been washed up, left lying around. I've got to be honest, you know, apart from an inflatable duck, the odd bottle, maybe a sock I think someone found, there's not much rubbish around this lot, which is a great sign. Humans haven't destroyed it yet. See, a place like this I've got to watch out. Right, I'm going to skirt around it rather than walk. Oh, it seems pretty firm for Stella. Right, I'll turn you off while there's a lot of holes here, look. So you've got to be careful where you put your feet. Right, we're back on the normal side. Hut is up there. Mike, sorry, I keep getting mixed up. Mike is up there, gone over the fence, taking it steady. He's checking around an area around. That's always been an interest to him. Same with Dave when he was here. There was an area where there's a big oak pine tree and a boulder with a good viewing point, so you never know. Someone might have climbed onto the boulder, had a look and fell amongst the bush. We've checked all the estuaries and all the far bank on that side, all the way down to 2 pools there. I think it's the first pool where anything that dies in the loch, such as stags or whatever, ends up. What we're doing now is we're on a wrecking mission. We're going up the track. I want to overlook these 2 lochans or 3 lochans up the top here on the right. Take some photos so we can go back to camp and have some lunch or whatever, and then decide plan of action and know what we're up against, because I've never seen these small lochs on the other side. Still overcast, very muggy. There is a breeze every now and then, but I've got DEET on it. For some reason the midges don't seem to want to know. But it is very humid. You wouldn't want to be in a tent, put it like that. Right, let's have a look at these lochs. Nice breeze up here. We've come up high. Don't know if you can see how there's the pass, the run on the right. I'm trying to locate our tents. There they go. And the next one we're covering, there's 3 lochs. There's that one, and there's one bigger one there. It's a bit hidden, dead ground. So that's 3 areas that have not been checked on the map or anything, but that'll be after lunch. Then probably tomorrow or whenever we'll be pushing up towards the pass and pitching further higher up, so we can work from that to cover these passes. Then after that, I don't know. We'll cover most areas. Such a big area. There's a nice breeze anyway. Don't know when this cloud's burning off. It'll probably burn off in the afternoon, if that. As long as we've got a breeze, that's all that matters. Cools things down, clear the tent out. Because I zipped it up, but there's bound to be a load of midges in there. So if we can get it to blow through. Rebel's been an idiot, picking all the ticks he can find. Rogue's in her element. And Stella's just a bit stiff, but trust me, she's fine. She's enjoying herself. She's been in and out of that loch on her so many times. Right, I'm going to make my way back towards Mike. That's why I said to meet him. No point pushing it much further, because I mean this range is getting really big now. You know what I mean? If we start pushing towards Glen Kinglass, we're really extending ourselves. So we want to do these 3 lochs, as I say. And I'm interested in this pass on the right. That one there that goes through them 2 mountains there. That gets hit by a lot of mountaineers. But this one on the right is a bit of a mystery. Alright, lazy time's over. Mikey's down there. He's skirting all the way along this river that weaves. I've taken a beeline to get here, you! Not in there. To get round, sorry about Sharon. Get round the loch and do the northern, what we're calling the northern side. Yeah, that makes sense. And then to the big one, because I think Mike coming up here is going to really have his work cut out getting around to the big one, because that's quite pretty deep probably. But I'm trying to keep them out of the water as well as skirting and checking it. Rebel, get out. Stell it out. It's getting really hot now. There is a breeze though. Every now and then a nice breeze comes along. So this is the first loch on the far right hand as you're looking at the OS map. We keep getting pushed in towards the ruins. I was trying to get round a lot, but obviously from high up you don't see these little rivers that are branching off and little ditches. And get in, leave that. They go in there, it could be really deep. I have a job pulling them out. It's a right mess. I'm trying to get round this, over this, so I can go round the back. But look what I'm walking in. It's knee deep tussocks. This would all be marshy, you see. But because of the dry weather, it's all dried out and drained off, which is good for us searching, but oh, it's a pain to walk through. And of course now we're getting pushed further up, which I didn't want to do. But we've covered all where the ruins are, but this is taking us right up there. I need to get over, but not anything like that. It's just too wide. If you fall in, you'll stink. Plus you'll probably sink up to your waist easy. So whilst I'm navigating these marshes with the big flies and hot temperatures, wish me luck. Thing is, if anything's in there, you wouldn't see it. It's full of weeds, like a pond weed. Anyway, got to move on. So there's the loch. We've come down over the other side of that, like it's like a set of fingers coming out from the loch, which would all be marsh normally, but because it's so dry, it's passable. Cross this ditch or whatever you like to call it here, and we're coming up here, and we're going to make our way on the northern side of the second loch, and then push up to the third loch. It sounds easy, doesn't it? Here it's not too bad, look, but as you saw back there, some areas where it's getting waist high, the tussocks, because that would have been swamp, you know, with the tufty bits of grass sticking out. But it's all dry, soft but dry. We just got to do it because we just don't know. I mean, if he got lost in heavy rain or in bad weather conditions, he'd be going around in circles, because trying to skirt that would have all been flooded, and the areas we walked through would have been flooded, so he would have been in a right mess. So I'm hoping I get over this brow and I see the second lot. We shall see. I'm still being pushed towards my valley, aren't I? And there's the second loch, and believe it or not, over that brow there's a much bigger loch, but we've got to kind of skirt down or across this side of the bank and round, so we've got to do it the long way round. Brilliant. But at least we can see up here. I've got binoculars, so I'm scanning not for the far distance, I'm scanning in nearby areas that I can't walk to, but I could easily see with binoculars. These are, I don't know what they are, little 8x25s. They're doing a good job. I think it's 8x25s, it's faded. Yeah, they're doing a good job. Old Viking binoculars. They're probably, I don't know, from the 60s or something, but they're doing a brilliant job. So obviously you'll be scanning forever with binoculars in the far distance, but anything close by that you don't want to walk to, but you can actually see with the naked eye, you can scan right out. Right, we've got to go down towards the river, or the tributary running off that loch. It's all stagnant, it's all slow, it's not flowing at all. So just see if anything's in the ditches by the side. Something got stuck. I mean, this would all be flooded. You can see how it's all dried out and cracking up. Right, enough chatting. You can see deer tracks, by the way. But anyway, we'll do that next. So the loch is just around the corner there. This is a tributary that runs off. Little channels of water that leads into that loch. We've done round there. Come round there. And now we've got to somehow get over these bits that is, as I say, it's like a little finger system of water channels and the ditches, and it's got mud and everything. Stella, back here. And if she goes in there, it's probably full of mud, silt. She'll sink on her so far. And she'll be black. Right, we've got to push along this shoreline here and round to that next loch, and then it's over the crest to the big one. It's probably around the 25 mark. There's a nice breeze when it does start, but again, you've got to pace yourself. The same with the dogs. So we're hitting this second loch. Mike, I'm hoping, will be able to come out the southern side. He might be able to cross there. Well, he will be able to cross there if he wants to come over. But this is all a deer trail. Look, I was picking up deer tracks, and look at them all. They've been going down to the water and then crossing over there. Right, enough fun. This is the second loch. So we will scout right round there and get to the next one, which is bigger than this one. I will put the names up. Rebel! Yeah, sorry, shouting again. Rogue, Stella, get away. If they jump in there, it's going to be very deep, it's going to be very muddy, and it's going to be very hard to get them out. Right, so I'm going to scan with the binoculars. Mike is going to be coming out the southern side. I think he's going to get stuck unless he does cross that spot I just showed you. As I say, I will put names out of these lochs. I'll probably put a little piece of mapping up so you can have a look at that. As far as I know, and as far as the official maps are, no one has checked these lochs at all. And they're not that far from where the track is. Far enough. But I would say 1.5 miles from the track, if that. Right, got to do some scanning, and then we've got to walk along this edge all the way up, and then up the slope, and then obviously we'll find that last loch. But at least now I know a way across to where Mike is, I hope, so I don't have to go through all that craziness. Whew. Hot, very hot now. The wind's gone. We're up high now. This is loch number 2 still. We've skirted along down there and come up high. We had to get some wind. Down there it's like a basin. No wind at all, and you're just baking. And plus the ground is nice and firm. Down there again, it's just tussocks. Again, it would be all swamp. But you see what I mean? I can sit up here now and scan with binoculars, looking all around the shoreline. And they're picking them up nice and clear. So, you know, then you don't have to be actually on the shoreline. If somebody was in there, I don't know if you can make out. It's just full of weed. Like a pond weed, it's gone crazy. So, you'd never see anything in there. I think even divers would have issues getting it, looking through that. Nice and cool out here though. Correction, that loch and the one just over the brow is one loch. I thought it was the two. Big enough for two, isn't it? That was one lot. We just like got a fly on my back or something. A little ditch or river channel in between them. So we're going to the second one now, and we've still got a third to do. My God. Over this brow anyway, and we'll see it. There you go. That's one loch. Oops, sorry, you're out of focus. But you can see why I thought it was two. There's just a little channel between the two. So what I'm doing is using deer tracks. It's making it much more easier for us to skirt around. Rebel's gone off on one, that's good. He's picked something up. That's what I want him to do, find these things. Oh, we've got a hole there. I didn't see that till I got here. Look, I'm going to have to check that out. We're up nice and high. I believe that is, oops, sorry, focus, dead centre. Just about there is the start of the loch, and it goes around the brow there. But we've got to go down and look at these riverbeds to it. Mike should be running along the, oops, sorry, get it right, on the other side of that river. In theory, haven't seen him. You'll see me in a, oh, nice blue top. He's in black, typical, isn't it? See if I can pick him up with the binoculars. And here we go, we're approaching the second loch. And Mike, if I can pick him up, I've lost him. Oh, he's just gone behind the brow. There he is. It's on the other side as planned. And we're coming on this side and then up. And that'll be to the third loch. It's hot down here again. So this is loch number 2. As I say, I will put a name up. Nice breeze here. Oh, they can get in there. I'll be careful if they sink. Oh, that's a bit of luck. I was worried they'd sink too far. So it's pondweed, but there is a bit of shallows. Oh yeah, I can see it here. There's a bit of beach here. So we've got to go around, and there's another river channel there we've got to get around, follow up, and there's Mike on the hill somewhere there. I lost him. Alright, you Mike. Oh. There he is. Sitting on a stone like a little gnome. Bless him. He's got a lot of grafting as well. We need to be going that way. I found this nice little, I don't know what it is, 3 trees and a load of stones, but a good place to hide away, hunker down from the weather if it was bad. Let's have a look. I saw this with the naked eye, a little cave with all the way the boulders have formed. See the cobweb on it? Nothing's been in it for a long, long time. A nice little cave there. Unbelievable. There you go, Stella. I'll show you what it looks like from below. That's what it looked like. See it? Could see it from far away. Little square doorway it looked like. That's what drew my attention. Let's have a look around and nothing else, sadly. But a good place to hide in there. You could crawl in there. It looks small, but you could do it. Just look and see what the dogs are sniffing at. Nothing. Good. If there was anything to sniff, they'd find it. So Rogue's eating grass and I'm getting covered in midges because there's no wind here. No, we're not at the big loch yet. This is a little runoff. There's the trees I was scouting where the little cave was. We should be going that way. Instead I'm drawn toward these little small lochans or tarns or whatever they're going to be called. Not very deep. Little ones are not deep anyway. Stella's having a field day. I'm cooking, literally. And the midges are all around us. Rebel, leave her alone. Another view of this small lochan or whatever. Pretty tidy, nothing sticking out. Oh, there's Mike over there. I hope he ain't found something. Whistling away there. See what he's doing? No? No. Sorry if I zoomed you in too quick there. It was whistling, so I wondered if you found something. No. Right, we'll head off Dee's way anyway. Dogs are having fun. Like being at the beach now. I'm taking the northern side, Mike's taking the southern side. The southern side's slightly harder, it's better for Stella to do less trudging. We've done enough rough work already. Uh-oh! Can I get across that? Sometimes these bits look not deep, but they're deeper than they look, if you get what I mean. Oh no. Oh. See what I mean? Ah! That will be even deeper. No, we've got to back off. Big mistake. We've got to go around on the bank. Oh, tadpoles! And you just walk all the way through them, Rogue. Loads of tadpoles. Yeah, stick to the bank. I knew it. I saw it, I was like, Can I get through it? I would have been about shin deep. Right, I better put your weight before I fall in the hole. So this is the final lot, as I was saying. We met somewhere around over there on the shore. I'm crossing around. As I say, I've got the easier route because the Stella. Mike's had to cut in a couple of times. We're meeting at this sandy beach over there. But we know we've done all the shoreline then. Some places there's a lovely wind, other places there's zero wind. And there's every fly you can think of. And did I say it was hot? About 10th, 100th time. It is hot. It's easy 26 degrees today. Now, this is very little wind. That's why Stella's in the river, in the loch all the time. Waiting for Mike. he had the harder going.